in the background. You're gonna stop the noise in a few minutes. Um, yeah, nothing I could do about that. I live in a community, and shoot, it's their area too. Do. So, the first thing that we do, we're gonna open it's done. First, we're gonna go ahead and open up Google Chrome, and my homepage is forexfactory.com/calendar. Today is Wednesday, July 23rd. As you can see, we don't have any high impact news or no impact news or bank holidays. So there's nothing to look out for. Like I used to say every morning, we do not use news to make any trading decisions. We don't make any trading decisions. Our program trades probabilities, regardless whether we have news or not. Now I'm learning to implement to avoid high impact news like NFP, or what I call it. I can't say because this video is made for kids as well. So I call it NF, the P word that describes a woman's body parts. And then CPI, PPI, especially because on FTMO, which is the funding challenge that I'm doing, the spreads are horrible, and you're better off avoiding it because even though on TradingView or in terms of technical analysis, you might be in the trade and you might have won the trade. In terms of spread, you end up losing the trade, and you could also end up losing a lot more than you predicted to lose. Though sometimes, well, the reason why I actually did it was because I won more than I lost. But I mean, I won a lot than I planned on winning. But when it goes against you, it's not that nice. So you're better off just not trading it at all, especially not during summer. Or if you want to one off it on an account like IC markets, where I believe the spread's a lot better, and you want to just trade the volatility, and you have a strategy based off that, like an in and out one trade account, then yeah, well, you could do that. But in terms of like consistently trading, if you can't predict the spreads, or you don't have no spreads at all, if you're in trading futures, where I heard that their spreads are pretty good, don't trade it. And that's what I'm gonna implement. I just gotta back test it as well before, and I do not trade. I don't change how I trade midweek. So next week you'll see I'm gonna come up with a lot more ideas because I'm gonna back test from January up to now. Yeah, 6 months of data, which is gonna give me an accurate back test. How I should be trading. I have some few insights. So that's enough yapping about news. And next, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open my Forex VPS, which is on forexvps.com, also owned by IC Markets, I believe. And this is a virtual private server or a computer on the cloud that hosts my MT5 terminals. So I have the FTMO terminal. I have three accounts. I have FTMO running the 200K challenge. I have Blueberry Markets. I tried to do $100 challenge and I failed that one. And now it's back at 36. I think it was down to like 19 or something like that. And then I have an IC Markets account where I'm testing the spreads and looking at the difference in between spreads on this one, and it's pretty decent. I can't complain. What I would say about the spread is it is decent, but there is spread though. It's not that there's no spread, but can't complain about the spreads, especially when there's no news events, which is really good. And this is $100 account. It was a $500 account until I lost some, and then I was like, then I'm more hesitant to trade the rest, even though I could have, but nah, I'm not at the mental capacity right now to be doing three accounts and worrying about all these things as well as growing a $500 account. So I just took out a majority of it and just left it at a $100 account. That's what we're trading now. So to the FTMO, we are still down almost a grand. We're down like we're down a grand. Really, we are we're down a grand because of commissions. We're paying 2,000 for, because I've been trading for over a month now, almost 2 months now, and every time you get in and out of the trade, it was like damn near $60, 120 every two trades over that. Over a set of that many days, it just occurred almost $2,500 in fees. That's where they just take off the top, and it's FTMO. They're not even really trading for real. They're using simulations, but in a simulation I have to pay commission. Just another reason so a lot of people don't win their challenges. And then their spreads are horrible, even when there's no news. When there is news, it's even worse. So there you go. But the way that I trade, and my win rate and stuff like that, be able to get it back up. Especially if when I start avoiding news and stuff like that, I'll be able to build up the account, and then I have some things up my sleeve that's gonna make it a lot more profitable. Usually I start off very extremely conservative. What I'm trying to exactly what I needed to do. Watch how the program works. In relation to FTMO, watch how FTMO works in relation to spreads, and then make the adjustments necessary to continue trading in the future. And the good thing about trading during the summer is that this is where all the bullshit is gonna happen, all the market manipulation is gonna happen, all the consolidation is gonna happen, and then the big moves aren't really gonna happen that much. And then when we get out of summer, we're gonna have trending markets, we're gonna have explosive moves with news events having to be the catalyst as to why the moves are big, so that you can catch the move without a larger spread. Um, and then we'll be back into the flow of the markets here. So let's review. We have 5 more minutes. We can review our trade yesterday. We did have a winning trade yesterday on all of the accounts. On all the accounts, I believe. Let me unlock the chart here. And we could go over to trade. We had a sell position. We about like almost 10 minutes into the trade. We took our partial close. And then our trading stop got shortly hit after that because we had a small reversal in price. We did kind of do like a 2 to 1 before, or not, I mean not 2 to 1, but a 1 to 1. Um, a 1 to 1 before markets actually reversed back in the opposite direction. And I can talk about this reversal in a second because we'll be on technical analysis in the meantime while we are in the markets. And then what we made. Let me check my FTMO. This is going to give me the exact amount that we made after they stole a commissions. We made $861.76 of yesterday after commissions on the FTMO challenge, and then on blueberry markets, we won 6 days in a row. And then yesterday we made 3.98 or $3.98. How much commissions is? Let me add that in there. They charge about 56 cents commission, so you made it up above like $3.42 after commissions and fees. And it looks like Blueberry Markets is. I might go back to Blueberry Markets because it's working a lot better. And is this the only account that I have? I believe I have other accounts, and with the EA, we are getting in and out of the positions pretty good. And then when we get to positions where getting in and out of it is a difference between a millipip or whatever like that, um, it actually works in our favor. I've seen a little discrepancy with IC markets. I haven't been trading IC markets for long enough for me to really see the discrepancies, but IC markets might be the same way. The trade. This one, I think it was just maybe I was over leveraged, which I am on this one. But I just that loss just freaked me out a little bit, and that emotion of being freaked out because of the loss is not a good one. So I'll scale back until I have built up the psychology necessary to do it. Now on FTMO, I got the psychology because that's the difference between having a large account and a small account. You're closer to zero. With FTMO, the amount of profit you make on the trade is a lot comfortable. The amount of loss that you make on the trade, even if it's a big loss relative to the account size is, you can deal with that. But when you having real money that you work for and you actually know how much you make per hour and the sweat that you put in, when you start losing the trades and start going against you, in my personal experience, that's when you start making stupid decisions like withdrawing some of the money out, even though you have to think of trading in the long term. But I do know there are some things that I need to work on with the program, even though the program is working decent. Um, and just because I know there are a few things I need to work on the program, I be tripping, and I don't. Yeah, I'm more of a conservative trader. If things aren't perfect, if things aren't right, things aren't going my way, I don't want to. I'm not gonna just put the money up and risk it like that. I'd rather back test and do all my testing first. Now that's gonna stop me from getting a lot of these nice trades, but or being aggressive and over leveraging, being getting rich quick. But in the long run, consistency is gonna win. Now we're gonna see the program take the trades in the next 2 seconds, and the program has automatically placed a buy stop and a sell stop on every single last one of the accounts. And now we're just gonna wait for markets to move since we don't have any news. It might move in the next 5 to 15 minutes. But you know, as markets can do whatever it wants. So looking at the charts here, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off of the 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna go work on the 15 minutes. I believe the 5 minutes has too much noise for me. Based on what I was back testing in technical analysis wise, um, I noticed the 15, even all the data is the same. The 15 minutes is a lot smoother for me to watch develop than the 5 minute, especially the 5 minute will put in reversals. That's a lot less a lot less not gonna say valid, a lot less probable um to withstand or to a lot less probable to break than the 15 minute. And it's more proportionate because when you use the 5 minute candlesticks and you're trading on an hourly basis, you're day trading on an hourly basis, and you're getting in and out trades in less than an hour or less. It's easier to look at 4 candles than what how many candles? 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 12 candles. A lot easier to look at 4 candles than 12 candles. And since the 15 minute is larger, the reversals of the candles are a lot more stable or a lot more reliable than the reversals on the 5 minute. But we're not making, oh, my bad. I put my face on the where the price is at. But we're not making any trading decisions. But when it comes to like optimizing the strategy and back testing, that does matter to me personally. So yeah, let's start getting used to looking at the chart on the 15-minute time frame, then on that 5 minute. Just change all the charts to that. 15 minute, 15 minute, 15 minute. All right. All right, so you guys know the routine. Just let the markets do what it do. I'm looking at the markets develop on my phone. And I'm gonna close the VPS for a second here while I go to. I'll close the VPS in a second. Hold on, guys. That's correct. Can open at 1.17257. What broker? Verification system lagging. But we're almost at the bullish buy stop at 17,307. So I might just let markets develop here. I'm gonna drop down to the 1 minute just so that you can see the difference in spread. So the price that we're gonna get in at is the red line, and the price that the markets are actually at is the gray line. I don't know how zoomed in you can zoom to see that, but if you ever use your own charts, you'll be able to see that as well. Um, what else? When markets are moving bullish, that red line is above the gray line. When markets are moving bearish or lower, that gray line is the red line is it'll still be above the gray line. Uh, yeah, it will be above the gray line. So yeah. Alright, this is being stupid. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go and look my technical analysis on TradingView. Let me check my email right quick because I did ask a few people to email me, see if we can get some people to join the live stream and talk strategy and collab and stuff. Looks like Blueberry Markets just got a mobile app. Let's see if I got an email. Nah, no email, guys. All right, so we go ahead and go and do some technical analysis in the meantime. All right, I have to close the server because my computer is not the fastest in the world. Right now, it looks like we're doing a pretty good job at streaming without lag. I lagged out a tad. But let's see when we open up TradingView, which is a heavy website because I do a lot of technical analysis, and it takes a while for it to load up the technical analysis. And you see, we are lagging a bit. Uh, don't need that. Don't need that. And keeping our eyes on the markets, eyes on the prize. Right. Let's go ahead and update the technical analysis for to Dizzle. Now you see, I was doing some study on. All right. Need to get some water. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, boom. So markets open at 1.17257, which is you see how lag. You see how the lag. All right, let's what did I do there? Let's start with the starting our start line, which is 8 a.m. Let's start our engines here. Let's go ahead and make that a dash line. Let's make that black. Then we could go ahead and take our price action rectangle for price action that's going to happen at 8 a.m. So this can't, so this box right here is about from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., which is going to represent an hour of price action. Um, and we can change the colors right now because we don't have any results. Remember the outline of the box represents if we had a partial close of 5 pips profit, and then the shaded area is going to represent whether we're in a bullish or bearish trade. So right now we don't have any trades, so let's keep it black. Now we're gonna move over the this black line, which I call the session line, and that's gonna represent what price markets open up at. No sir. And then well technically 8:45 closes at 5 a.m., right? Yeah, if I yeah, I'll have to connect that 8:45, meaning that hold on, guys. I was supposed to 8:45, 15-minute candle. Yeah, close at 5 a.m. Yeah, that's the size that's supposed to be. All right, and then let's go ahead and update the price line. Is going to be market open is 1.17257, 1.17257. And then let's go ahead and build our MagnOpus trading grid. All right, guys, I'm looking at price, and we just look like we have some volatility. Um, and the range is opening up. Uh, do 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 do. That's good. we could go ahead and figure out this line right here. Why are you short? Why are you short? I'm sure you guys know what the actual connotation from that tone came from, or the video that tone came from. Why are you? All right, guys. So you guys know the routine. Let's go ahead and build the grid, and you guys know how to build the grid. After we find the 80 candle open price, we could go ahead and 1.17257 plus 0.005. Nope, 0.005 is going to give us our buy stop location, which is also 5 pips above the 80 candle open price. Paste, paste. Should be accurate. Yeah, that should be accurate. And then, no, that is not accurate because the color is accurate. But if I clone it, I could keep that color, but I'm gonna change this one. Because since it's bullish, it has to be this navy line I like using. And this one, we're gonna subtract 5 pips from the 80M. I mean, 5 pips from the 80M candle open price. Bearish or down is going to be 1.17207. I could do it in my head, but we could just do it here as well because sometimes my math ain't all the way right. 1.17257 minus 0.0005 is going to give you 1.17207. Since 5 pips is to the thousand decimal place, instead of using the calculator, I will say 1.17124, which is the fourth decimal place. If the fourth decimal place is a 5 and I'm subtracting 5, it ends up being 1.17207. Um, but the calculator is always good because sometimes I'm not being always right. Always good to be precise. All right. And it's not even hot. Like, you see me wiping my face like that. I have this lamp. You see this light? You see how it looks when I zoom come closer? I got these lights, these soft lights, and they generate mad heat. They generate a lot of heat. I'm not even from New York, never been to New York, so I don't know why I said it like that. Let's go ahead and not red. We're gonna do this darkish green. Uh, should I make a tutorial on how my chart colors? Tutorial on TradingView and T5 chart colors. If I'm color coordinating these boxes, I'm pretty sure you guys might want a video on how to do the same and use the same colors I have so your charts look exactly like mine. As well as I don't have grids and volume and all that extra BS that a lot of these charts have. I need to remember that a lot of people have the regular charts and probably don't even know how to edit the charts themselves. And I need a video on how to start trading. That's what I'm gonna do. Tutorial. Tutorial on how to start your trading setup. Or not start, but set up your trading. Especially if you want to trade like me. The soon to be GOAT. So I'm not gonna keep using the calculator because I'm getting bored. So I'm just gonna use my mental math, which is easier. How does calculator? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to take the easy way out. I'm sorry. 1.17257 plus 10 pips above the 80 candle open price, which is going to be the first bullish line, or the first level. Bullish is going to be 10 pips. 10 pips expressed in your USD is going to be 0.001. You add that to the 8 candle open price, you're going to get the coordinates that you need for the bullish line to represent that price move 10 pips bullish from the 80 candle open price. And then if we did that, we would be at a 5 pip profit, and then the program would automatically close 75% of the position. This area right here, I made a winning trade for the day. And then we can change the color to this because this is going to be our bearish line for the 10 pips below the 80 candle open price. And since I'm not going to do it 1.17257 minus 0.001, it's going to give us 1.17157. After doing it a million times, you guys are going to be able to do the calculations in your head. But you want to double check it as well because you might type something wrong or you might have did the math wrong because he was doing it so much. But soon I believe somebody was telling me on TikTok that this indicator is what they call it can be scripted, and I guess TradingView will be able to generate all of this data and track the data and do my analysis by itself, which will be a good thing to be using in the future. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just draw this line here. And I don't have to bring this line lower, but it does look a little confusing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move it lower so that you guys can go ahead and see the grid better. But this does not represent or reflect the high or the low of the current day and session because the day isn't over and the session isn't over. I'm just moving it so that you guys can see it better. Price is still fluctuating. The spread has increased by maybe 0.3 pips. And it's getting closer to our buy stop. I'm looking at my MT5 on my phone. Alrighty, guys. So we got that there. And yeah, that should be the complete MagnOpus trading grid, drawn on MT5 on TradingView. Sorry about that. You guys didn't tell me my camera was off. Come on, come on, come on. Benaki, Benaki. Oh, I gotta completely unplug it. Crazy thing is, man, this is a new webcam. Rarely use it. I just started really live streaming like that. Oh, soup. I'm not bad, guys. You see what I did like that? It distracted me. So on my, whatchamacallit, we have executed. We had entered a buy position. I believe I'm looking at FTMO right now, so I don't know if all the other ones got into a buy position. But if you look and see right here, we enter a buy position. The buy position price they gave us was 1.17307, which is also, yeah, it's also exactly at the price that the grid is giving us here. Let's check Blueberry Markets. Yep, we got in at 1 point. Blueberry Markets gave us 1.17309, which is what we got a micro, we got a pip, a micro pip, and even smaller of a pip. But it's not that big of a difference. And now, if you traded millions and millions of dollars, now that does become a number. It does become a difference. It don't matter. And then we got 1.17306. Yeah, on the money. We got on the money with IC markets as well. The IC markets look like it did not. Yeah, now we on the money with all of them. On the money with all of them. And now we are heading into profits. Um, my notification. All right, you know what I'm gonna do now? This is what I'm gonna do. So we have that. I'm turn off all all of these because it's like I'm not getting my. Okay, this is off. I'm sure I never turn on IC Markets notifications. turn on IC box notification. FTMO should be the only one, and I'm not. Sometimes I'm getting it, sometimes I'm not. So markets seem to be rallying, which is cute. If we rally up to put my lines on here. If we rally up to 1.17357, we're gonna have a partial close of 75% of position, and we're gonna have a trailing stop with a 5 period ATR of the remaining 25% of the position. I'm just gonna mark it on my MT5 so I'll be able to see 1.17357. Oh, almost hit on the money by itself. You know. So we almost there, guys, and hopefully we get the account back to 200,000 and continue growing the account, especially next week. I'm a cut the ass. I'm gonna come with a new and improved trading method. And I'm going to come with a new and improved trade journal and journaling method. Right. We retrace all of the position, or we retest the candle, the break of structure. What are we, 5 minutes in? No, this is the 1 minute candle. Yeah, this should be, yeah, we're 5 minutes in the second 15-minute candle. That notification notifies me that price is back to my entry point, or it has returned. Now it's just fluctuating. Now we're in drawdown, which I'm actually interested in watching because I have some theories on drawdown at this level, drawdown that reaches this level, and then drawdown that reaches maybe in the middle and this level as well. How markets react to these levels, which is very important to me. And that's what I'll be back testing today, throughout the remainder of the week, and what I'm going to implement for my trailing stop. And even more aggressively, maybe my 1-to-1 instead of doing partial close on into the future. Because once we get that count back to 200,000, and then I'm going to start aggressively trading. Not aggressively trading, but I'm going to turn up the heat some more because the way that I trade is going to take me longer to get verified at 20,000, but it did not mean didn't have the opportunity to get to that 20,000 because on my back test, I could have passed the FTMO challenge a long time ago. A long time ago, the challenge and the verification, I probably would have been on my way to making profits on in this month. And looking for a withdrawal, probably around this time or at the end of the month. But the data, that's what this is a rant that I'm gonna go on, which is important. It's the data that's important. A long time ago in my trading journey and watching other traders and doing and trying to build Magnum Opus, I realized that the most important piece of information is you got data, making sure the data is the best that it can be. You have the most accurate data. Um, and then psychology, that your psychology is on point. You are not making bad trading decisions, you're not self-sabotaging, because even if you have the good data and you have yeah, I'll talk about that. Then the strategy, having a strategy that is repeatable, that is quantifiable, that is back testable, that has proven to make profits and to consistently make profits based off of price action, and price action moves that have to happen, because I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, their strategy diminishes over time. If you trade price action, price has to move. And price only can do a few movements. It's only a set amount of movements that you can do by going up and down or consolidating, which is the third move, which is a theoretical concept that a sideways move is a move. All right, aside from that, and once you got all these things down, then you can worry about making money. Because it doesn't matter if you have $100, $1,000 account, whatever, and you can flip it to $1 billion, $1 million, or whatever. First off, you're not the type of person that can manage that type of money that fast. You didn't create the discipline. You don't have the psychology. You didn't study on how to be a millionaire, 100,000 year, or even a person that make $1,000 consistently. So that means that you're gonna spend the money. If you're gonna spend the money, whether you spend it, invest it, and or get yourself out of a hole, it's gonna be a point sooner or later that you're gonna have to go back in the markets and make more money. And because you didn't develop your psychology, you didn't develop your strategy, you didn't get the right data, and you didn't develop the skills and execution of the trade, you are gonna fuck yourself over in the long run. But if you decide to withstand yourself from over leveraging accounts, chasing profits, trying to be the coolest person on social media and faking it, then and you focus on the data, you focus on technical analysis, then you have a program like I have, and then you have technical analysis based on mathematical equations like I have, repeatable systems like I have, and then once you master those things, the money will come. And that's with everything in life. The money is gonna come. Follow your passion. Follow what you love. Do what is right. Practice, practice, practice. Master your craft. And then the money will come for sure. You just need patience. I don't have patience in a lot of things in my life, but when it came to trading, and I knew that this is what I'm gonna dedicate my life to, win, lose, or draw, that you're gonna need patience. And I let everybody else blow up. I let the community blow up. You got people that started before way after me blow up, people that follow other people's. I know a lot of. I know a lot. After a while, I was able to realize who's a real trader and who's not a real trader. What is a good course and what's not a good course and stuff like that. But I was so deep in my personal development of Magnum Opus that I refused to join anybody else's course without developing my own system, my own strategy. And I was willing to just, all right, they're making money. I could join this and make money, but if I do this, then I have a different trajectory in my life. And I don't regret it, um, and it's gonna work out. So forgot what I was ranting about for real, but we're 26 minutes in. Um, like I said, we're not gonna be in the trade for more than an hour. So Let's see how markets react. Right now, markets are retracing back to the 8 a.m. candle open, which means that we're at probably a negative 4 to 5 pip drawdown. We still haven't touched the 8 a.m. candle open, which is a very important touch that I'm looking at now. I think we're gonna touch it in a few seconds here. Um, and that's a first indicator for me, which is a safe zone. I don't have no problem with a 5 pip drawdown. Um, feel like ideally the best is no drawdown at all. 5 pips would be second best. Once we start going 10 pips and drawdown, that's when we're in a critical zone. And then anything past 10 pips, like 11 to 14 pips, you might as well close the trade because at that point you probably gonna be stopped out by spread if you have a bad account, or that is the more likely to be a losing trade. All losing trades go down 5, 10, and 15 pips. Winning trades can go down 5 pips. Winning trades can go down 10 pips. But once you start going to like 14 to 15 pips, even if it's a winning trade in markets, pivot on the dot, depending on your broker. Um, it could be a winning or losing trade. And I'm not gonna leave it up to no broker. I'm not leaving it up to no spread. So right now consider anything like 14 pip drawdown as a losing trade. Uh, Depending on how prices move, a 10 pip drawdown probably gonna be a reason why I should trail a stop to make a loser less without taking a full loss. If I'm taking partial profits, I might as well start taking partial losses. Uh, I just watched Rajat Bank's video, and he said if you're in a break even strategy or your strategy is really at break even, the only thing you really could the only thing you really should edit is your stop loss. If you could lose less, theoretically, if you and consistently can have your same profits, then you will what you call it. Then you'll start being you'll leave break even and become a profitable trader. But sometimes, depending on your strategy, like I said, if you do edit your stop loss to try to lose less, then you'll start turning potential winning trades into losing trades, and not conducive at all. You're probably gonna end up back at break even, or even worse, you'll diminish the profit potential of your strategy, and you turn that into a losing strategy. But if you back test like you should be doing, then you should be fine. Right now, price is at the 8 a.m. candle open, um, and we are dipping. We probably dip down maybe 2.5 pips. I'll give it 1 to 2 pips. I mean, I give it 1 pip lower. That's fine. We're still hovering over the 8 a.m. candle open. Ideally, I would say that it is a pretty good trade if we could reverse anytime soon. We are just made 8:30. We are at 8:30 right now, and that closes the second 15-minute candle. We have two more 50-minute candles to go. We're hovering above the 8 a.m. candle open. If we can have a reversal back up, that'll still be considered a pretty good trade. If we go back down to 10 pips in drawdown, which is that pink line, then we are in critical time, but we're not going to make any trading decisions. We're just theorizing price action now. So right now, since we're trading a automatic program, we don't touch anything, we don't make any trading decisions. But if we could optimize the program later in the script, then what should we call it? Theorizing stuff like this will be very not profitable, but theorizing stuff like this will be very it will be profitable, very helpful to optimizing the strategy. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I am parched, so I'm gonna get something to drink. Um, and then I will be back onto the computer. And yeah, man, sooner or later I'm gonna get my hair done. So yeah, and we are moving lower. Good luck. I could do this. All right, I'm back. Price did go down 10 pips. Like I was telling you, we are at that critical zone there. Now I say when we reach maybe in the midway, I would say what 15, halfway was between 12 and a half to 13 pips. That's when we're in a critical time, critical zone. And you're probably too far gone. You might as well let it hit the stop loss if price does that. But you, or you could just trail, and then like over time, the full losing trades end up being just a little bit less over time instead of that full losing trade. So 2.5 ends up being a third of a trade, and then it's probably gonna take 6 trades for you to actually save on the seventh trade. I don't know how the math works, but if you take point if you take 2.5 off of every losing trade, 2.5 plus 2 point and every and a losing trade is 15 pips. Every 2 trades is 5 pips. Um, multiply that by 3 is going to be 6 trades. Over 6 trades, you would have saved a losing trade. The value of one losing trade, so of a one full losing trade. So okay, so instead of having the full loss of 6 trades, you have the full loss of 5 trades. But you actually took 6 losing trades. But I'm cooking. I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking right now. But then again, you might have a trade that almost goes to the stop loss and reverses, and you have missed a winning trade. You see how doing one small adjustment in your trading makes that much of a difference? So one thing I can add to that now, if I'm going to edit my stop loss on the losing trades, I should become more aggressive with my profits. Mm. All right, we have about if that's 9 more minutes until the next 15-minute candle closes. Yeah, 9 more minutes or 9.5. Now it's gonna be in the next 10 seconds, so it'll be 8 minutes. And we're hovering at about a 5 to 10 pip drawdown. And we don't have any news, so we might hold the trade for more than an hour. I doubt it. I doubt it. But I would say one thing that is pretty cool is I really don't care. I really don't have any psychological whims and woes because I know that right now I'm not. This is like the old strategy. I feel like this is the old strategy. Once I get off this and I do my intensive when I do my intensive back testing on the new theories that I have on being and on capturing more of the profit potential of the strategy, then I'll have a better attitude on the strategy. But this is my old shit right now, like your old girlfriend, like whatever your ex girlfriend, like you don't care what she do at this point. And then I'm not gonna. None of my accounts are gonna blow. I use great risk management on the FTMO, and I use decent risk management on the other ones. So it's nothing really to worry about. Okay, I can update the I can update I can update my TradingView technical analysis in the meantime. Let's go and do that. Close this. I leave that prompt on because because then he closed the server on accident. You close that server, all your data's gone. Accidentally closed server on accident when I went to work one day, and uh, that sucked. So I leave the prompt on just to remind me that I'm close. It just a reminder that I'm pressing close the server program and not the server computer. I can go ahead and get my strikeout. Strike, strike, strike. I need a soundboard one day. Not like I'm gonna. That's I need a soundboard for when we make profits, when we do different stuff for live trading. I might become that. I don't. Let me stop hating. He's a young nigga, and I'm happy for him, especially at his age. I don't. But I'm just saying, comparatively, I might soon become the Tyson Knack of live streamers. But I don't have to do all that funny stuff because I am a funny person, but I'm not a comedian, and I don't. And then you don't have to like reach for content and stuff like that. I'm reaching for professionalism and poise and stuff like that. Why did I do that? You see, that's why I need the chat open. We hit the bullish area first. And now we have a drawdown. The markets get completely. Markets broke structure on the 5 minute. Nah, I didn't even break structure on the 5 minute. But is it holding? Is the question. Is it holding this level? And or will it reverse? What will it do? Don't care. I do care, but doesn't matter to me, man. But it is good for me, reticular activated system, that I watch this play out in real time. Watching it play out in back test is not the same thing as watching it play out in real time with money on the line. Because reality is perspective, and what you perceive with your eyes is not all the information, because whatever data you perceive with your eyes is processed by your brain, and as well as filtered through your emotions, experiences, desires. I think desires and emotion, your emotion experiences, and your knowledge or whatever, or your understanding. So two people see the same thing under the same circumstances, but interpret it two different ways. Just like you might see I give you a great example. Just like might see a black girl with a mean looking face. Let me rephrase that. Just like you might see a mean black girl, just like you might see a beautiful black girl with a mean, with a with a resting B face. Um, if you are a white guy from the middle of the suburbs, you'll think she's maybe a B word or upset or whatever like that. But if you're a black guy, I'll pull up to her and I'm gonna change that from upside down real quick, especially if she bad. And then half the time she just had the face, like it's called rested B face for a reason. It's just like it's her default face. And based off your environment, your interpretation, what I say, your emotions, your environment, and your understanding. You probably would think something about her that is true. We're both looking at the same girl with the same face on, but you are afraid to approach her, and I'm probably gonna be the first one to approach her quickly. The swiftness for the next nigga. I mean, the next young black man go and get it, and she might be the most happy-go-lucky, cheerful person that you ever met. You know what I'm saying? Bringing joy to your life. But when she outside, especially in black communities, you need a certain face, or especially in the workforce, you need a certain face to detract people. Usually in the workforce, to detract people from playing with you, or taking your kindness for weakness. And in the black community, it's to filter out. I wouldn't say alpha males, but filter out keywords. You know how to spell the female map? Filter out weak guys. You get what I'm saying? They have that face to filter out weak guys from the real men. And then, and as a black man, I understand that even after I do get her, she's gonna continue having that face, and that's gonna detract other men from approaching her, not knowing that she's an amazing girl. Perfect analogy. And I think since I made the analogy, markets want to come back up a little bit. I guess I gotta make more analogies like that. But we have 15, almost, we got 15 and a half more minutes until the next candle close, the next 15-minute candle close. And we've been in the trade a little bit longer than, now we're pushing the little bit longer than usual time frame. Um, we could do, let's say, another 30 minutes before we have a partial close. But then again, you can see like the last two session ones, this one and session one from day two, only range between 29 and 14 pips. Let's say that's an average about 20 something pips or close to 19 pips. Hey Siri, what's 29 plus 14 divided by 2? What's 29 plus 14? Divide that by 2. Yeah, 21 and a half pips. So ranging between 20 pips. And like I said, I told you, the minimum a session is gonna go, especially in session two. Oh, my bad. Say, shut up. Stop listening. The blah 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 blah. The minimum range that's session a day can go is 20 pips. Remember, always say a day, but especially in session two usually where that 20 pips does happen because that is New York, the and New York session. And then we could at least see a 10 pip move, like a 20 pip range. Uh, does look like markets might be finding support in the next 5 minutes. Might. I am waiting for that win streak. This strategy does have long winning streaks, way more than one or two trades back to back. It did like 15 or 12 last night. Yeah, we did 15 last. If it's 5 days in the trade, we did 12 last time. Back testing, I'm really seeing like 5, 10, and more. Price has returned to key price level. Got my little notification. We are back at the 8 a.m. or we touched that 8 a.m. candle open price. Man, we have what, three more? Nah, we have plenty more time with the 15. We have 3 more minutes for the 5. And we'll see if we can find support. Um, I'm getting some good ideas. Yep, that's a summer volume and volatility for you guys. Nothing you can really do. Yo, last night I didn't get no sleep for some. Me and all these energy drinks. But usually I can sleep off Red Bull or energy drink. So, shoot. Yeah, usually I can sleep off an energy drink or something like that. But yeah, didn't get any sleep, man. Didn't get any sleep last night, really. And then I gotta wake up. I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I wake up at 4. I wake up at 4 a.m. I probably went to sleep like at 12:31. I laid down at 12:31. I probably went to sleep at like 2:45, 3 a.m. and I had to be up at 4 a.m. I got a morning routine that I do for about an hour. I think I went back to sleep, woke up at 4 a.m. I did half of the routine. No, I didn't. I did the routine at maybe like I went back to sleep. That's when I actually was sleepy. Like that's when, all right, that sleep hitting me. If I go to sleep now, I'm gonna sleep for the good sleep more than it. I don't sleep 8 hours. The most I probably sleep is like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Um, I sleep the whole day out, but right now, no. Yeah. I went back to sleep at 4. I woke back up at what, 4:30. That's when my alarm hit me again. Then I tried to go back to sleep again, and then I did my morning routine. Yeah, I did my morning routine at 5. I usually work out at 5 a.m. But I end up pushing it back so I can at least catch some shut eye because like you know that good sleep where it's like you actually sleeping and you're gone. And then time is relative at that point. I got that in at like maybe like a good four, no, from yeah, 3:45 to 4:30, or no, to four. That's when my alarm hit me. From four to 4:30, I was dead sleep. Um, and then from 4:30 to when my alarm hit me back up again. 4:30 to I think 4:45 or 4:50. 4:50 is when the alarm hit. Let me stop guessing and just look it up. Just disgusting. Yeah, 4:50. I got alarm 4:30. I got alarm at 4 a.m., 4:30, 4:50, 4:58, and then 5 a.m. It's almost 5 a.m. Then I did my little morning routine as fast as I could do it. And then I did my workout. I did stuff around the house, showered, and then got ready for stream. So yeah, what I was trying to get at here is that I might put a power nap in between the day here. We are finding support on the 5 minute, but who cares? We're not looking at the 5 minute right now. Today might be one of them days, bro. One of them low volume days. We don't do nothing, Nathan. Nothing, Nathan. And then I'm gonna go make some content and stuff like that. I gotta be more. I gotta be have to can't do the quantity right now, but I have to. Even though I'm increasing my quantity, I still have to gradually increase my quality of the videos and taking time with the videos as well is one of my downfalls. I be trying to push it out. If I take my time and check it and test it and everything like that. I can and then make a process. If I have my process set out, it's gonna be a lot more fluid. It'll be a lot faster instead of me having to rush it and make mistakes. Like my last video is a good video, but I'm not proud of the audio. CapCut is trying to be cheap. I mean, trying to be cute and change settings. I used to be able to input audio. Now I have to did some ghetto way of inputting the audio, and then it was too loud. But when I posted it now, it's too faded. On different platforms, they sound the volume is different. Ah, content, bro. The sad thing after you master trading, and if you want to do this live trading and live content and bring your ideas and strategies to the world, you have to learn. You have to end up learning. How about this? You have to end up learning. My bad, y'all boys. You have to end up learning social media marketing, bro, and it sucks. Never was a social media person. Social media left me at MySpace. That's the last time I was ever good at social media and like the whole thing. Now I gotta do the social media stuff. I gotta really gain a love or a passion for it, and you only get that from likes and views and comments and all that stuff. And that's the new drug. And you gotta be very careful with believing in that bullshit. Highly doubt we're gonna be moving anywhere anytime soon. I think this is one of those days, one of those summer days of Duru Kaka. So I'll give it 30 minutes. I give it the next two 50-minute candles. If not, I'll update you guys tomorrow, bro. Ain't gonna be no way I'm running OBS and all and this light in my face and all these things at one time. Waiting for that trade to develop. Maybe if I have a better computer and stuff like that and I don't have that much and I have a team to do content and stuff like that and I can take a nap, I probably will do a stream longer. But if you follow me on social media, then go ahead and you'll be able to see a live update I posted and all that stuff. But sitting in front of the stream like that, nah. No way, Jose. 5 more minutes until the hour is completed. All right, guys. So you know what I usually do, man. It's time for some tick and talk and tick. Some doom scrolling until we have an update on some market movements. We'll go ahead and close this though. Not gonna need that. I can put the VPS up for you guys. And then just in case I'm not watching, you can see the program execute. I'm going to get a notification as well, so that's what I'll turn on the camera and stuff. Alright, guys. Alright, guys, have fun. Damn, a losing trade? That's how we rocking it right now. Let me move my face though. Oh yeah, that's what it is today. Another losing trade. This one is a decent losing trade. Can't hold you. 15 pips straight to the downside. Do. That's what markets do. Just gonna see. Let's see what it's gonna do for the rest of the week. But ain't nothing I could do about that losing trade. We lost on all accounts. And that's what it is. It is what it is. This look exactly. Look exactly like. mm, Am I gonna say the one that's on the day before yesterday, which is Monday? Monday was weird. Monday was weird. It was different on different. This one is actually that one. But anything, like I said, anything past 13 and a half pips is a losing trade to me now. So let's just say that that's that losing trade. So we have loss, win, loss. That's what the week is telling me right now, which is cool with me. And then what I do want to know is that let's see if we do a 15 pip drawdown and then we get a reversal back bullish and we go anywhere past the second level, which is what's a 1 to 1, that don't count, maybe 2 to 1 right here to 1.17557. Me getting stopped out by a pip or two. We're gonna do something about that. If that's the new normal, then you ain't gonna see that one no more. I'd rather lose that trade earlier than lose that trade later and waste my time on here. I wanna delete this indicator, this ATR right now. I don't think I need that no more. Make my charts too small. So yeah, let's go and let's hop on technical analysis on TradingView and go ahead and document that. And then you're gonna let your boy go on to I'll go on to let me see if I can take a power nap first. Power nap is Mando, and then we doing content. We'll do content, record content, and yeah, do content, and then we'll do are we doing content? Yeah, content and back testing because I could back test straight through. I could do that for hours, but I need to be I need to be settled down a little bit more. I think I'm gonna do that as well. All right, let's do content, and then after we do content, we could go ahead and do back testing, technical analysis, back test. All right, let's go on TradingView. If it's open my old, okay, I gotta say, if it open my old charts, I'm gonna be pissed off. I shouldn't be pissed off about anything. But look at the time. We did do that 15 pips in an hour and 9 minutes. So, ah, close to what I was telling you about. And I gotta do something about these notifications, bro. These notifications are unacceptable. I'm gonna exactly what I'm gonna do about notifications. I am going to let me do it now while I have the chance. Look at that liquidity grab, guys. Look at how you don't. If you go bullish, if you go bullish and you do that 2 times in a week, I'm gonna have something for your ass now. I'm gonna have something for your ass now. All right, let's go ahead and document. All right. Then we went back to this level. We went back to this level in the same 15-minute candle. And then we headed and hit here. 100% possible. 100% probable. Um, all right. And that's day three. And then that's all the technical analysis that we need for right now. And we'll let the rest of the day go ahead and develop itself, man. So that's the system for today, or that's the trades for today. Let me go ahead and change that in the settings for you right quick. Change that for me in the settings right quick, where I'm gonna get my notifications from this computer and not the other, not the server, because the notification on server is delayed. I got Man, it's unacceptable because I used to have the notification on point and now it's being delayed, which I don't get it. But if I'm on my computer, I'll go ahead and I'll be able to get the notifications. Don't need the VPS. I need to hold the do the program. I use my key price level indicator. I use my key price level indicator for I use it on my computer. And while I'm streaming on trades. Okay, this is the wrong bar for this. It's gonna be great. No, I gotta go here. Tools. Tell this one to shut the fuck up. Grab my stop loss to turn around. If we go ahead and see, you could go ahead and see what happened Monday. Monday. Was that Monday? It's Monday right here, right? Should be Monday right here. Did the same exact thing. Tap my tap my buy stop to pull down 15 pips exactly to my stop loss and to rally. I think about it's 15, 40 to 50 pips. For us to do it again would signify this is a calculated move that can be a calculated move that can be oh shoot, you're about to die. This is a calculated move that can be documented and a re-entry technique can be formulated. When I back test, that's one of the things I'll be working on. So even if the brokers are trying to fuck me over or the market makers are trying to fuck me over or fuck people over, um, I know I have something in my back pocket to go ahead and work against that, as well as a buffer. All right, so that I did it. Updated that. That's good. So we should be done for today. No, I do want to show you guys, like, don't let none of this fool you. Still put into perspective that we are in summer manipulation time. Summer is the place that these motherfuckers come and make your money. You supposed to be on vacation, enjoying all your spoils the first what 4 or 5 months of the year. And then wait a second. Wait a second. Why doesn't it update as a loss? Maybe I got it on wrong time. There we go. I did have it on wrong. Yeah. Go ahead and then look at the profit loss, right? We do have winning streaks. Now that we are in some type of bullshit that's been going on with holidays and and market manipulation and stuff like that. So all of this is gonna get fixed. All of this is gonna get fixed. All of the profits are gonna be larger. All the losses are gonna be smaller. We're gonna avoid bullshit holidays. We're gonna avoid NFP. We're gonna avoid CPI. And we're going to hold on to our hats. Mm, I'm not gonna make any trading decisions. Not right now. Yeah, hold on to our hats. And we do have news tomorrow. So even if we do reverse on me, which is doing right now, Bop, 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 bop. We do need volatility of volumes comes to markets. I don't know how high markets are gonna move today, but that's not my problem. I only could analyze the technical analysis and add it to my repertoire and prepare myself when the next time it does occur. All right, guys, thank you for watching the stream.